I'd like to do another example of prime factorization. So we're going to take the number 40. And first we need to determine that it is indeed a composite number. So when we think about 40, obviously we can create 40 by multiplying 1 times 40. But there are other factors that create the number 40. 2 times 20, 5 times 8, 4 times 10. So since there are more than just two factors, more than just 1 times that number, this is a composite number. Because it is a composite number, we can factor this using prime factorization. So what we do to start is you just draw two little tick marks and we ask ourselves, what's one way to make 40 other than 1 times 40? And you can usually go with what the first thing you think of. So how about 5 times 8? The next thing you need to do is go through each of these factors and determine whether they are prime or composite. So looking at the number 5, 5 is prime because the only two numbers that can multiply together to create 5 is 1 times 5. So 5 gets to stay the way it is. It's already prime. The goal for prime factorization is to get down until all of the numbers that we're multiplying by each other are all prime. That's why 5 gets to stay here. Now let's look at the number 8. Is 8 prime or composite? Well, 8 is composite because not only can we make 8 using 1 times 8, we could also create 8 by multiplying 2 times 4. That's what makes 8 composite. Since it is composite, we need to factor the number 8. So let's do it. We're going to use 2 times 4. Now, we are 3 steps down, and we've got to go through these factors and see if they are prime. Again, 5 is prime, so it gets to stay. The number 2, is 2 prime or composite? 2 is prime because the only way to create 2 by using multiplication is 1 times 2. And when that happens, 2 is prime. So 2, again, is just going to come down. Now let's look at the number 4. Is 4 prime or composite? 4 is actually composite because not only can we make 4 by doing 1 times 4, we can also create 4 using 2 times 2. So we need to factor 4 using 2 times 2. The reason why we're using 2 times 2 again is because 2 is a prime number. Now we are at a level where all of the numbers that we're multiplying together are prime numbers. That is the end goal of prime factorization. So we are finished with the problem. Now what we need to do is rewrite this answer using exponents. And what I notice is that 2 repeats. So we're going to write down a 2, and then we're going to use an exponent to show how many times is 2 repeating. 1, 2, 3. So this is 2 to the 3rd power. And then we're going to multiply that. And if it helps, you could have your student cross out the numbers that they've already written down. So the only thing we have left is 5. So we're going to do 2 to the 3rd power times 5. And that is our final answer. 40, after being through the process of prime factorization, the final answer is 2 to the 3rd power times 5.